Hey, what's going on? What's going on? CoinOpTV subscribers, Robert Walkner here, doing some live streaming on my YouTube channel, youtube.com/CoinOpTV. It's been a while since I've done a live stream, and I think it's the first time I'm doing a live stream on my iPhone XS Max, and the screen is just bright, beautiful. Hopefully the sound and the picture and everything is looking good. It's sort of the end of the year here. We've got Christmas in just a couple of days. It's Sunday morning, and I just thought, before the 2018 year ends, why not kind of just jump on and do a quick live stream and chat one-on-one and make a quick video, chatting it up with you guys and gals, and just kind of saying what's up, wishing you, happy holidays, wishing you the best. Hopefully you're on a break, vacation from school or work, and enjoying some downtime and living life, enjoying things, seeing some family and seeing some friends. Also, why just hit record and not actually have a topic? So I thought, you know what? I've been seeing some movies lately. I went and saw Bumblebee yesterday. I went and saw Spider-Man Into the Spider-Verse the other day, a couple of days ago. I also saw a movie called Green Room. And not long ago, I saw the second Wreck-It Ralph movie, Ralph Breaks the Internet. And I thought, let me just jump on and live stream and chat. If anybody pops in and they have their 2 cents, cool. And I'll give some shout outs and things like that. If not, then I'll just kind of, chat it up briefly to my thoughts on the movies. And you guys can respond in the comments below. So let me just click over and see if we do have anybody jumping in the chat there saying what's up. I see a few people. For some reason, the chat is not popping up on my phone. I must have the setting off on that. But I see Edward in chat says, is Bumblebee really that bad? Jake is in chat. Toy Movie Game Bros. Rowan Jeremy says, Happy Christmas. James says, what's up? Glad to see some familiar faces. I'm not really sure why the chat isn't showing up on my phone, but I see you guys on my laptop here. And Toy Movie Bros says, Spider-Man Into the Spider-Verse was amazing. So here it is. So yes, I saw Bumblebee yesterday. Disclaimer, I've never seen a Transformers movie before. Not really a fan of the look and feel aesthetically of the Michael Bay Transformers. I grew up with sort of the 80s Transformers, and I like that blocky G1 classic look, and the Michael Bay versions of them never really did it for me. So I've never seen any of the Transformers movies before, but I did want to see Bumblebee because it looked like it was a little bit of a throwback to the G1 aesthetics and that sort of vibe. Bumblebee, especially, having kind of the yellow bug there, and it looked like it was going to be charming and heartwarming and also action-packed and sort of fun at the same time. Unfortunately, it wasn't very charming and it wasn't very fun. I guess you could say it was action-packed, but I will say this, I'm trying not to really give spoilers because it's pretty big movie and stuff like that, but if you've seen the trailer for Bumblebee, it's pretty misleading. And what I'll just say is that in the trailer, they show a lot of a variety of characters, shall we say, and it's a little bit misleading. When I actually saw the movie, I thought, all right, great, I'm gonna see Soundwave and Shockwave and Starscream and all these great Decepticons and Optimus, Bumblebee, some of these other Autobots and stuff like that. And it's pretty much just sort of Bumblebee on Earth. Again, I'm trying not to be very spoily, and not a whole lot of the other Transformers. So that was a disappointing thing. And then the other thing that was really disappointing with Bumblebee is just not really a story, not really a great story, not really an interesting story. It kind of seemed like maybe things were pieced together. They had moments that they kind of wanted to string together, and nothing was very cohesive and fun and riveting and really a driving force that you were like, all right, the point A is going to happen, B, and then C, we're going to get to point A, B, and C, and stuff like that. It's kind of like a lot of meandering around, a lot of silly scenes. Something I will say that's positive, if you like 80s music, then Bumblebee is your jam. It was wall-to-wall 80s music from top to bottom, with all the classic hits or the not so classic hits going, and silly moments, kind of interacting, you know, with around the 80s music and actually referencing the music and the bands. And Haley Steinfeld's, she always has like a cool like rock t-shirt on of like different 80s rock bands or some punk bands, a little bit too, the Smiths and the Damned, stuff like that. So if you like, you know, 80s music, things like that, it was cool. Bumblebee looked cool himself, and he did a lot of cool things. Just overall, a lot of lacking, a lot of lacking and disappointment. Mostly story driven or minus story driven. I'll just say before I move on, you know, I'll just say that if you've seen the trailer, it's definitely misleading. Just know that going in, and you know, it's crazy because Rotten Tomatoes has that thing in like the 90s, and I was thinking, all right, this will be it. This will be the greatest Transformers movie ever. I'll love it. I'll be blown away. Not so much. Hey, Jake says, how are you, Rob? So that's kind of my opinions on Bumblebee. Now, the reason why I wanted to title this video like skip Bumblebee, go see Spider-Man Into the Spider-Verse, because if you haven't seen Spider-Man Into the Spider-Verse, now that's what you got to go see. That's what you got to go spend your money on. A lot of you guys and gals maybe have already seen this. In fact, I was a few days late. You know, I don't really get to see movies often early as much as I used to. I'm not really hustling and going crazy with a lot of like games and movies and seeing things early and get my hands on things early. I've kind of toned it down a little bit in 2018, and we'll see how things go in 2019. But I did see some Spider-Man Into the Spider-Verse, and it was fun. Miles Morales is the main character, and we get a plethora of different Spider-Man characters. Here I got my little Disney Infinity Peter Parker Spider-Man, and it was if you've seen a trailer for that, now that actually lives up. The movie actually lives up to the hype of the trailer. There's a lot of action, a lot of suspense, a story that's pretty cohesive and understandable, although there is kind of the different interdimensions and characters kind of coming in from different dimensions, I guess we'll sort of say, into the story. And that might be a little confusing, but they do kind of make an effort to set up each of the characters. They actually give them like a little bit of an origin, mini origin, comic book origin setup, so you can sort of figure out, you know, who Spider-Gwen is and Peter Parker and things like that. And these are all characters that have sort of existed for years in the Marvel comic books and different facets and stuff like that. And that was really cool to see. The style of the animation was really clever. I do have some gripes about some things. There were some things that were like off and sloppy and out of focus and sort of looked a little weird. And my friend and I were in the theaters kind of pointing at the screen, sort of saying, hey, that's supposed to be off or blurry and stuff like that. And there was a few areas like that that were kind of playing with your mind. But overall, about 80% of the movie does look very slick and polished and fun. Probably my biggest, again, I don't want to really get into spoilery specifically things, but maybe if you've seen the trailers, I'm not quite sure if you've seen Kingpin. And the look of Kingpin in the movie looks really weird. His head is like down, so he's like a hunchback, and he's so huge that it doesn't look like he can fit through any of the doors that he walks through, and his voice seems a little strange and different from me. Maybe it's because I've just been watching like the Daredevil season 3 Netflix show or something like that. But Kingpin seemed really off and weird and strange to me. But you know, Miles Morales, the voice of Peter Parker seemed a little off to me. But the look and the vibe of him was definitely cool. And Spider-Gwen definitely was, you know, if we're gonna get a sequel or something like that, or an offshoot, definitely the Spider-Gwen tale, that would be great. They did a great job with that. Let me get my laptop over here, see if we get more comments. Toy Movie Gamer says the animation looks amazing, feels like you're reading a comic book. Yes, they did a clever thing. They kind of made it look like when you're watching the Spider-Man Into the Spider-Verse, they made like graphics that sort of said things like you would see in a comic book panel. And I don't remember if they had like thought balloons or word balloons, but they had kind of like locations and phrases. And there was some inner monologue with Miles Morales, and they would kind of show some of that on screen and sort of emphasize that it was kind of coming from a comic book, or almost like lifting it from the comic book page onto the screen, and that was pretty clever. Let's see, we got a comment from Cerulean, I'm not sure if I'm saying that right, says, hey, I want to know how many subs I have. I have less than 1 million, but over 100,000K. Hey, Portal Power TV is in chat. Look at that. He's still got that mod thing on there, so everybody behave. He says, hell no, I saw both Bumblebee. Was one of the best movies I've seen in a long time. All right, so Portal Power TV disagrees with me. I'm not sure if you heard in the beginning when I was sort of saying that like Bumblebee story was pretty lacking. I felt misled from the trailer as to what was it took place in the actual movie, as far as like a lot of the different characters and the variety and stuff. And I gotta say, this movie, so Bumblebee came out on Friday. Today's Saturday. I went and saw it. Today's Sunday. I went and saw it on Saturday. The theater was empty. I was like, wow, like where the heck where is everybody? It was weird. It was like me and my buddy and like 2 other people, and it was empty. And I was like, this is like a bad sign when like a movie just comes out that weekend and the theater is empty. So I'll be curious to see, you know, how much it sort of makes, what the hype is. Portal Power TV says trailers are always misleading. Well, they do kind of tease a bit, but you know, you at least want to be a little bit faithful or something like that. So, also the Aquaman movie's out now too. I haven't seen the Aquaman movie. If you guys are in chat, no spoilers. Like, let me know what you think of the Aquaman movie. 20 Game Bro says, yeah, sometimes when Kingpin was on screen, it felt weird in different locations. Yes, he was Kingpin and the Spider-Verse was a little strange. Also, another movie I did see, a live action movie called Green Book, which is a period piece in the 60s about a pianist, musician touring in the South with a white guy that's helping drive him around and kind of be his bodyguard. That was a fun movie. I thought it was very clever and good acting. Obviously very different from Bumblebee, Aquaman, Spider-Man. I also got to see Wreck-It Ralph, the sequel, Ralph Breaks the Internet. I thought that was very fun. I obviously enjoyed the first Wreck-It Ralph a heck of a lot more. Some of the things that were a little different with the sequel, with Wreck 2, can I say Wreck 2? Is that okay for shorting? Was it seemed they made Wreck-It Ralph less clumsy and a little more self-aware of kind of like his character. They kind of changed it a little bit. I mean, it's, you know, I get the characters sort of grow and modify, but you know, these are video game characters with coding, and you know, like things like that, like being clumsy seemed like it was a germane thing about the Wreck-It Ralph character. So to kind of take that away in the sequel and stuff like that seemed a little strange. It was fun though. There was a lot of references to you know, YouTube. Obviously, they were parodying YouTube and eBay and PayPal, things like that. Definitely YouTube was parodied quite throughout the Ralph Breaks the Internet there, and so it was a little, sometimes it felt a little too soon, you know, like YouTube right now is a thing and it's happening and we're on it right now, and it's weird to see a movie where they're kind of parodying something that's kind of new and modern and current. You know, almost seems like you have to wait till it goes away and then bring it back. But that was pretty fun overall. But so there it is. I guess if I was to say, if you could only see one movie of the newest ones, again, I haven't seen Aquaman, but I would say if you're into like animation and comic book movies, Spider-Man Into the Spider-Verse was fun. I didn't think it was like a perfect 100 or 10. I thought it had a lot of flaws, but overall it was like pretty fun and entertaining. And then, of course, Ralph Breaks the Internet. I think that would be a great one too. And if you're desperate and you want to see some Bumblebee, or you're a big Transformers fan, or you just want to see what's up with that. Although Portal Power TV disagrees with me in the chat room, so and you may disagree as well. Hey, Henry is in chat and says, "Hey, it's been a while." Yes, I don't live stream quite as much. YouTube does not like my channel anymore, so I kind of am making less videos. Doesn't mean that I don't appreciate whoever does get to find my videos and show up and say what's up. I do like to make them still. Portal Power TV says Aquaman was amazing, and in quotes. It sounds like Portal Power TV is a general movie fan, liking a lot of things, whereas I'm I'm a little more critical. Like if I'm not blown away, if I'm not walking out of there just like stunned and amazed, then you know, I'll just say, okay, the movie was fun. It was okay. It was, you know, it was interesting. I won't really be like, it's very difficult to blow me away with movies. I thought you know, Avengers this year definitely blew me away. What else was big? There's a lot of big movies this year that were great. Again, let's see. The Predator was a movie that didn't blow me away. That it was like the opposite. So you know, there's always the good and the bad and stuff. So another thing that's a little different is I canceled my Movie Pass. So actually, I'm seeing less movies now because of my Movie Pass subscription being gone because of that fiasco. So I have slowed down a little bit. So some of the things I need to catch up on: video, rentals, Netflix. So anyway, let me end this video. It's been about 15 minutes. Happy holidays again. Thanks a bunch for watching this video. If you're watching this on the archive, leave some comments. Let me know what movies you sort of saw this year, 2018, that you recommend. If you've seen Bumblebee, Aquaman, Spider-Man Into the Spider-Verse, Ralph Breaks the Internet, Avengers, Black Panther. A lot of big stuff coming out, you know, in 2019 that I'm excited about as well. So thanks a bunch for watching. Have a good holiday break, and hopefully we'll get to see you in the next year. Thanks for watching.